Hey guys, it has been way too long since I sat down in front of this camera and made a review. I really apologize that there's been no content on my channel for the past few months. There's no excuse. I'm really sorry, but I am back. And what finally compelled me to come out of my cave, so to speak, is a smaller film that you may not have heard of. But I promise it is well worth your time. So let's talk about it. Hell or High Water.
You want to get us killed? That's not part of the plan! Gotta be smart. We're ways from being finished. We're gonna need SWAT up here. Get back! These boys, they aren't done yet.
Hell or High Water is directed by David Mackenzie and centers around two brothers played by Ben Foster and Chris Pine, who set to robbing a string of banks in West Texas in order to save their family's ranch. And while these guys are by no means professional bank robbers, they do turn out to be surprisingly good at covering their tracks. However, when a Texas Ranger, played by Jeff Bridges, starts investigating the robberies, they become backed into a corner that they might not make it out of. This Western-style heist film has a similar feel to that of something like No Country for Old Men, or the fantastic film that came out last year, Sicario. In fact, Taylor Sheridan, the writer of Sicario, wrote this film as well, and to be perfectly honest, I can't decide which one of them I like more. Hell or High Water had me hooked from the moment it started. Literally, I had goosebumps going up my arm in the opening shot. And before any dialogue is even spoken, we immediately get the sense of the setting, the tone, and the message that run through this film to its very end. Now, I can't really say that I'm familiar with director David Mackenzie, but wow, after this film, he is definitely a name that I'm going to be keeping a close eye on. He directs this film wonderfully. And the aspect that really impressed me was the way that he balances this sense of underlying tension without the characters becoming overly grim. In fact, in many instances, they are surprisingly lighthearted. Now, the glue that holds this film together is, of course, the brothers. And I can honestly say without a doubt that this is the best performance I have ever seen from Chris Pine. His character being the one that sets this whole crime spree in motion, we actually see that he's suffering great conflict because he knows what they're doing is wrong, and we get the sense right away that he's not the sort of person that would do something like this, but that he may not have any alternative. He really feels that he's being forced into this situation, and there's a quiet sense of anguish behind his eyes with a subtlety that I have never seen from this actor. And then juxtaposed against him is his hot-headed ex-con brother played by Ben Foster, who to me has been one of the most consistently exceptional character actors over the past 10 years. He is the standout in roles from things like 310 to Yuma and Lone Survivor, and this film is no different. He has a genuine rebel quality, sort of a darkness to him. But right away you can see the love that he has for his brother. There honestly really isn't a bad performance in this whole movie, but perhaps my favorite out of all of them is Jeff Bridges. The guy, he's just so good at, he's playing this grizzled old Texas Ranger who's getting ready to retire. And in many ways, it might remind you of Tommy Lee Jones from No Country for Old Men, and yet Bridges brings his own spin to it and actually has a lot of humor in this movie. There's more than once where he's bantering back and forth with his partner, played by Gil Birmingham, who's actually also very good in this movie. But they really just had me rolling. I was laughing out loud and I couldn't help myself. And yet because of Bridges' deadpan delivery, it never shifts the tone enough to feel jarring. And beyond that, I honestly don't want to say much more about this movie because you should just go watch it. In my opinion, it is pretty close to perfect. The pace is deliberate. It gives the story time to breathe, but it never drags. The characters become extremely complex through some extraordinary performances, and the story itself takes something that could just be a little bit trite, and with a few tweaks turns it into something that's actually quite profound, while still being thrilling and just thoroughly entertaining. Maybe it's because I live in Texas that this hit just a little bit of a sweet spot for me, but I can't deny that I was absolutely blown away by this film. And yes, you're damn right, I'm giving Hell or High Water a 10 out of 10. In a summer season of disappointing film after disappointing film, this is a gem that deserves a lot more attention. Please, if it's playing anywhere near you, please go support it. It is really, really worth your time. I just want to say a special thank you to all of the people that have subscribed to my channel. You guys are the best. I just hit over 100 subscribers just recently. And once again, I apologize that I haven't had any content for a while, but I am going to start trying to get back into the swing of things, especially with fall movie season coming just around the corner, which is my favorite time of year. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed my review for Hell or High Water, please give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below with your thoughts. And if you want to see more reviews like this, then please subscribe. That's all I've got today, guys. But until next time, keep watching those movies. I'll see you.